No one wants to be the man in the box. It's a quote that echoed in my head throughout the film. The Prestige looks like a film about rivalry and the cost of a perfect illusion, but it holds a deeper philosophical question. What happens to identity when a person is perfectly copied? I'll read The Prestige through John Locke's theory of personal identity to see where Locke gets it right and where his ideas may fall a bit short. To give background on Locke's theory, Locke's idea of identity is, if consciousness can extend backwards to any past action or thought, so far reaches the identity of that person. For him, what matters is consciousness linked through memory. If a present consciousness can remember past experiences, then the present person is the same person who had those past experiences. Identity for Locke is a story told by a continuous chain of remembered events. In the film, Angier acquires what he believes is a teleportation device. Instead of teleporting, it creates a perfect duplicate. Angier uses it nightly during his shows. He steps into the machine. The original Angier falls into a tank and drowns. The duplicate Angier walks out and takes the bow or the Prestige. Over time, many Angiers live, each bearing the same pre-split memories. This raises a pressing question. Which Angier, if any, is the continued identity of the original man who first entered the machine? Is the surviving duplicate the same person, or did the original die when his body in the tank died, leaving behind a new person who simply shares the original's memories? Locke's test for identity is memory-based continuity. Up to the moment of duplication, both the original and the soon-to-be clone share the same memories. At the split, however, consciousness branches. There are now two distinct continuers who each possess the prior memories but will acquire different future experiences. Locke treats identity as a one-to-one relation grounded in an unbroken psychological connection. When one stream branches into two, Locke's framework struggles. It can't comfortably say both branches are the same single person as the original. From the clone's perspective, the duplicate seems continuous. The clone wakes up, he remembers his life up to the split, and experiences no interruption in his narrative. He has every reason to claim that he is the original Angier. Subjectively, memory provides a compelling basis for identity. But Locke asks for a unique, non-branching continuity. Because Locke requires non-branching continuity of identity, his theory can kind of come apart when there are more than one copy involved. His theory is more so in relation to a one-to-one continuity where identity is equal to one person. As soon as another copy or person occupying the same consciousness is introduced through duplicates, Locke's theory falls apart. There is an important detail, however. The clone never remembers the original's death in the water. The first Angier actually drowns, an experience a duplicate never goes through. Locke could point to that missing memory and say that the original's conscious life ends at that moment. Still, because the clone keeps all of the earlier memories, he feels like the same person, so the line between them stays very unclear. To give Locke credit, he does give us a clear way to think about who we are. Memory and a continuous stream of awareness explain why we feel like the same person over time. In simple one-to-one cases, it matches our intuition, but the Prestige stretches that picture. When memories can be copied into more than one person, Locke's idea that identity must be unique gets hard to hold on to. Memory feels like who we are, but memory by itself might not guarantee that identity is ever only one person. In conclusion, the Prestige leaves us with identity copied and replayed like a magic trick. Locke helps explain why each duplicate would believe that they're the original, but the film pushes us to ask whether Locke's theory can fully handle cases where consciousness splits. Memory makes continuity believable, but the film asks us to decide if continuity is enough to settle identity.